Alright, bago po natin simulan ang ating game number 6 in about in half an hour, no, makikita natin ang ating inner game. Itong ating pre-game show bago magsimula ang ating championship. Well, siguro kung tama ang relo namin, 6:30, pero as early as morning po kanina, mga 11, wala nang ticket na mabili kasi pre-sold ang mga tickets. So we're expecting a mammoth crowd dito po sa loob ng Cuneta Astro. Isang magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Ito po si Chino Trinidad at pinag-uusapan po dito sa sharing to, at least for the last 2 games, si Nelson Saitono. Monstrous game from Nelson Saitono. Never, no, sa history ng PBA have we seen an explosion from a local like this. 40 back-to-back points in the championship series. Paano kaya ginagawa ni Nelson to? Or mas maganda, sariwain natin ang husay ni Nelson Saitono pagdating sa scoring.
San Miguel is on the brink of its first PBA championship in 3 years. At ang nagdala sa kanila dito ay si Nelson Saitono.
9 seconds on the shot clock. Rosella is open! Ayaw! Nelson Saitono!
Saan ang galing yung si Nelson Saitono?
Oo, bigla na lamang sumulpot.
Si Kenneth na bumabantay na naman kay Nelson dahil 5 na si Bong.
Oh!
What a
Basket
shot!
is counted!
What a shot!
Overtime. Game 5 of the championship for the All-Filipino Cup. Saitono! Oh, what a shot! Well, look at him go. Nelson Saitono. Don't say we didn't warn you. Nelson Saitono! Oh, that will count with a foul! I don't believe this guy. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Nelson. Oh, the fall away by Nelson Saitono. He is wild tonight.
Nagawa na ni The Bull ang lahat para sa kupunan niya. Kasama dito ang finals record of 81 points in 2 games. Ang pagkapanalo ng MVP for the All-Filipino Cup.
Our best player for the 1998 PBA McDonald's All-Filipino Cup of the semifinal season is Nelson.
At ang pinakabagong manlalaro na naka-score ng 10,000 points sa kanyang PBA career.
He's the 11th player to reach the 10,000 point plateau. At sasamahan po niya dyan ang listahan po ng mga elite cast ng mga 10,000 pointer.
Kung may papanalo ng Beermen ng clinching Game 6, siguradong aasa na naman ng malaki kay Nelson. Ito na ang conference ni Saitono. Tatapusin ba niya ito with a championship trophy? At kaya ba niyang tumuloy-tuloy bilang MVP for the year 1998?
Nangyari sa Alaska ng game number 5. Sinabi ng marami, mahirap matalo ang Alaska ng back-to-back. But when you have Johnny Abarientos faltering the whole game, mahirap manalo ang Alaska. Alaska lives and dies with Johnny Abarientos. Si Johnny Abarientos, may sakit ba siya nung game number 5? Tignan po natin dito sa ating nakumpile na report.
Kung ang San Miguel ay nakasandal kay Nelson Saitono, ang Alaska naman ay umaasa kay Johnny Abarientos. Sa dalawang panalo ng Alaska dito sa finals, maganda ang laro ni Johnny A. But in their 3 losses, the Flying Ace performance has been so-so. In Game 5, naglaro si Johnny ng 40 minutes. But he was only able to score 3 points on very poor shooting as he was outplayed by Olsen Racela. May injury ba si Abarientos?
Ano ba yung injury na sinasabi nila?
Dati ko na to eh. Kaya lang, masama lang talaga yung nilaro ko. Siguro, medyo masyadong gigil, tsaka masama yung loob ko pagpasok nung game 6, no? Dahil yung pagkatalo namin last game. Kasi parang feeling ko, amin na yun eh. Tapos bigla nawala. So, siguro dinala ko pa yun, nung last game. Kaya siguro makita yung pinakita ko.
Yung sinasabi po ni Johnny Abarientos na masama yung kanyang loob. Actually, yung sinasabi ho niya, pagpasok ng Game 5, masama ang loob niya dahil natalo sila sa Game 4. In a game na akala niya, panalo na sila. Sapagkat ito lamang po ang ating game number 6. More on Johnny Abarientos mamaya sa ating panel. Makakasama niyo si Noli Iyala at saka si Andy Howe. Makikita niyo kung gaano talaga kasama ang nilaro ni Johnny. Pero sabi nga natin, si Johnny bihirang nagkakamali ng 2 beses. Kami po ay magpapaalam na at ang iiwan namin sa inyo ay ang mga images ng ating series. Games 1 to 5 sa ating maikling MTV.
after the spoils. At isa sa mga premyo na makukuha na magiging kampiyon dito sa title series, hindi lamang po isang corona, kung hindi dalawa. Of course, yung McDonald's PBA All-Filipino Cup and the FVR Centennial Cup in commemoration of our centennial year. And of course, ang San Miguel Beer in this title series is only one game away from getting those two trophies. The last time nakita ng San Miguel yung mga lobong yan in the rafters was back in 1995. It never fell for them as Alaska came back in that series to win it in 7 games. Ngayon, ang tanong, will the long end or will the long wait end finally for San Miguel or will history repeat itself? Sumasalalay sa kanilang kapalaran sa paglalaro ng dalawa nilang alas. 2 aces. Ace number 1, of course, the Raging Bull, Nelson Aceitono, who came up with back-to-back 40-point performances. And this is what he has done when they have won and when they have lost. Dr. J.
Well, the 3 games that they have won, he has averaged over 34 points a ball game. You know the 240 ball games that he had and shooting 50% from the field. The two games that they have lost, he averaged only about 15 points and below 40% shooting. And you know, even though ang San Miguel, they do not have as many shooters kung ikukumpara mo, ihahambing mo sa Alaska. Dahil ang Alaska may 5 player doon nag-average ng double figure. Nelson himself is playing like 3 men, scoring-wise, na tumutulong siya. Pero at the same time, he's been scoring very big for this team.
Samantala, para naman sa panig ng Alaska Milk, of course, ang kanilang kapalaran always nakasalalay dito sa 1996 MVP, the flying Johnny Abarientos. But will he fly today? Yan din ang kanyang nagawa in the games that they have won and in the games that they have lost.
Well, he has picked up his game and he's averaging about 18 points in the semifinals. Pero bumagsak yan dahil last game, nung game number 5, 3 puntos lang ginawa ni Johnny. And he's only averaging 3 points in the 3 games that they've lost. In the games that he has won, he's averaging 20 points and over 60% shooting from the field, including 7 assists. So malaking bagay talaga kung ano yung laro ni Johnny, doon rin sumasama ang kupunan ng Alaska.
Mic test. Muli po, isang magandang gabi, Pilipinas. Dito sa game number 6 sa Bayan ng Superstars, Best of 7 series para sa McDonald's PBA All-Filipino Cup. Natalo na po ang lineup ng San Miguel Beer. And right now, ang kumpara naman ng Alaska Milk at tatawagin sa kasalukuyan.
I'd like to remind everybody na kasama namin dito si Vince Dixon, who's joining us in the panel. His partner, Dodon, joined us in the very first game. Medyo magandang aming teamsmanship kasama si Dodon sa panahon na yun.
That's right.
Kasama si Vince, nakasama ko rin ito, so okay rin ito.
I think Donald's better than I am so far.
Well, only better in Filipino, maybe, Vince. Right now, you're looking at the starters, just the regular starting lineup for San Miguel. Of course, si Nelson Aceitono and Daniel Defonso, ang poste ng dalawang ng koponan ni Ron Jacobs, who's looking for his second crown here in the PBA. Samantala, the triangle, Lastimosa, Barrientos, and Hawkins with Poch, Vino, and Duremdes up front. This is the war. This is game number 6. And the opening toss, San Miguel ang may hawak ng unang possession.
So far, Ildefonso has been able to beat the jumpers there, and Nelson Aceitono missing from the 3-point territory early in the ball game.
We talked about how important the 3-point shot has been in this title series, and maybe we have one of the best here besides the spin season, but certainly this is really an unusual thing that the 3-point shot has certainly become an invaluable weapon in the series, Vince.
Yeah, well, you know, the teams that can open up the inside usually have the advantage. No? Tayong sa Gordon, we have Marlo inside, so usually in Noli. So when Nike is going hot outside, it opens up a lot of things for them inside. But it seems sometimes these teams don't really need it so much because they're so motion-oriented. You have San Miguel really concentrating on the motion offense, where Alaska is more, you know, on the triangle.
Samantala, napakaganda nitong sapan na to, Dr. J. Right on the money si Poch Vino.
Almost another bad, yes, it turned out to be a bad inbound, so Alaska up early here in this ball game.
We cannot help but come up with some parallelisms with game or 1995. Itong dalawa rin po naglaban ito noong Governor's Cup. Alaska also trailed 3-2 after San Miguel won game number 5 of the series in double overtime, just like in this one. And right now, Las Limosa getting a 3-point shot at lamang po ang Alaska 5-0.
It's a good start here for Alaska. Their shooters, notably their guards, have been getting their baskets in. That should be a good sign for them. Nelson Asaitono.
And the rampage continues, Andy.
Well, you know, when you're good, you're good. And when you become good in a series. You remember last year, Vince, in that second conference, who was the hottest player in your team? Besides you.
No, definitely. We were a very team. We had a lot of people contributing in a lot of different ways. We had, Val, of course, driving in so many times. I was getting some of the outside shots. Of course, Chris King, you can't say enough about Chris King. He really pulled us through, and then Noli and Marlo, and we had contributors off the bench. Dodat was actually playing a lot of defense, and some of the other guys. So we really had a lot of fun. It was like sama-sama. The whole team was playing together, and they really couldn't guard one person, and that was our advantage.
You have watched this series. Who do you think is the team that's having fun right now? Because that's very important, that you take the pressure away.
Well, personally, I see San Miguel is having a lot of fun. Because for one, it's not same old, same old. Alaska's almost used to being in the finals every, conference. But San Miguel, on the other hand, this is their chance. They're up, and it looks like they have the gigil, the heart and desire that they need to win. So we'll see what happens.
Well, right now, ang San Miguel po, 2 puntos pa lamang nakukuha, 9.5 remaining in the first quarter. Another 3-point shot. This one is short. Para kay Nelson Asaitono.
Nelson has taken 2 triple Bs in this ballgame. Gone in. Nice drop pass.
And it will count because of a foul. Las Limosa getting his 5th point of the ballgame, and the Alaska fans whooping it up early here. Para tinawagan ng foul si Nelson Asaitono with his first personal foul.
That was an excellent look by Kenneth Remus as well. He had 2 guys converging on him. Their left is sitting there wide open, so it's giving it easy to him.
A lot of people are saying that Alaska must run a little bit more against the San Miguel team instead of allowing San Miguel to play the half-court game, which they are so accustomed to.
Right now, yan po ang ating score, 7-2, 5-point lead para sa Alaska Milk. Back ball picked up by Daniel Defonso. 8 seconds sa kanilang shot clock. Pinatasan si Pochuino. Earl, Swapal, Defonso in the second clock. Only 3 seconds remaining in the back pass. Las Limosa picking that one up. Las Limosa goes inside. Wala. Rebound ni Mike Musler.
Musler decides to wait. Finally gets it to Eagle Concho. Good block again.
That's the 3rd block by Pochuino in the ballgame. And this capacity crowd has certainly been up on their feet.
Well, so far, it's been all Alaska here in the first minutes of this first quarter.
Parang Gordon sa naglalaro, Vincent. Las
Seven points down already, and he's had a 3-point shot, 3-point play, and now he's had that. So he's really on a roll.
The other side, after that basket by Nelson, there has been another scorer here for the San Miguel team.
And again, they look for the ball. Inilabas na kay Mike Musre. Tumira ng 3. Supply. Rebound by Paul Hawkins. And San Miguel's been limited to 1 shot here. A quick start para sa Alaska Milk. Abarientos, he goes up. No. Asaitono gets the rebound. 9-2 ang ating score. Ang ating pulang pito ang Alaska Milk. 7.5 remaining in the first quarter.
An isolation play. So far, nothing happening for San Miguel here. Back to Nelson's hands.
He had 17 threes back in game 5. Tagal po lang nag-decide bago finally dropping out. However, Musle will pick up a foul against Johnny Abarientos, and that's the 2nd foul on Johnny.
Well, Mustre is not completely healed from his wrist injury. Anyway, I wanted to ask Vince, is Chris King here already?
Yeah, Chris King arrived last Sunday, and I practiced past few days. So he's in shape. He looks pretty good, and I hope it's a big turnaround for Gordon in the second conference.
How about you? You know, after that 37-point explosion against Pure Foods, your team started going down because you had to leave them. So how are you now?
Well, I was sort of injured with my ankle before, but it is improving. It is to the point where I can actually run again. For some time, even the 37 point where I did, a lot of 3-point shots, I wasn't 100%. In fact, I was more close to 40 or 50%, leaning on one leg, and I actually injured both legs after trying to play so much. So, hope I'll have both legs intact, and we'll both be playing pretty good in the second half.
In the meantime, both legs are intact for Freddy Abuda getting the rebound.
Alaska beginning to miss and San Miguel making sure there are no second opportunities for them via the defensive boards.
6:48 remaining in the first. Ildefonso. Harapan with Guadrino. Isolation play. He goes inside. Gets a tap. Ball at may found in Tawag laban kay Kenneth Correntes, it seems. But again, let's turn you over kay Mon Liboro for some report. Mon.
Like kamikaze pilots going to war. Talagang nakapanandig balahibo ang sitwasyon kanina sa dugout ng Alaska. Noli, walang special instructions, no special plays were outlined. Just a very emotional pep talk given by Coach Timpo sa mga bata niya, reminding them that they're all champions. Pagkatapos ng mahabang dasalan na, nakaluhod lahat. At nagdarasal na sana wag mahulog ang mga lobo ngayong gabi nito. Back to you, Noli.
Maraming salamat, Mon. Well, something's going for Alaska, of course. It's been a long time since they lost 3 consecutive games. The last time was against Vince Heason's team, yung Gordon's Gin, in the finals of last year's Commissioner's Cup.
They didn't win, even though they came back with 2 straight games.
That's right.
But it's very obvious that the team that's behind will certainly come out a little bit harder in the first minutes. It's for San Miguel to keep their composure and stay within Alaska's game.
Right now, they're staying close at least. 3 puntos ang kalamangan, but this man has been waxing hot, and he continues to do so. And obviously, Vince, Dodge Lastimosa has step up his game here.
Well, he's done that definitely in this first quarter. But how many points now? We're counting
9 points.
The tally is at 9 points and going up as we speak sometimes. So hopefully, they can find some answers to combat him. He's really having open looks, and he's converting.
In the meantime, there was bumping and shoving underneath. No foul on that missed shot by Ildefonso at tumira sa labas si Bong Hawkins before that. There was a San Miguel, mga kaibigan, leads the series 3-2. If they win today, they will go on to win their 12th title in their storied franchise history dito sa PBA. Only one shy of the all-time number ng Crispa Redmanizers. There's a tap out. We'll take our first break. You're watching the PBA on PTV. Welcome back. Sabaneta sa loob. Just in time to see that shot ni Johnny Abarrientos. Triple B. Number 1 for Abarrientos. Pangalawa na yan sa Alaska. And they go up by 8-14-6 with 5:35 remaining into the first quarter.
Well, Johnny certainly trying to make up for his lackluster game in game number 5.
He already tied his up with the last game?
Yeah, much more. He had 3 points in that game.
Yeah.
Tonight he already has 5, but Ildefonso on a 1-on-1 move there.
At ang pinagmamalaki ng Pangasinan, getting his 4th point of the ball game. Narito si Bong Hawkins, nasa gitna. He struggled in game 5 and he gets his first basket. Dito sa game number 6.
Sir Hawkins has also heard all the talk about that Ildefonso doing a good defensive job against him, so he would like to do something against that, especially on the inside game. And he did that in that last play.
8 puntos lamang si Bong Hawkins. Nelson Aceitono. Tumira ng 3. Hirap yan. Falling away. And the rebound by Abarrientos. Kalahati ng score ng Alaska. San Miguel lamang. Madadagdagan pass. Kenneth Durantes gets a good pass from Lastimosa.
Nice cut after the give and a reverse layup. So more focus definitely at the Alaska men here in the minutes. And Nelson Aceitono has not been that scoring factor yet.
You know, Vince, that's a hard foul given up by Lastimosa as Aceitono was trying to provide a pick here.
And now we have Jojo looking at him, probably telling him, did I hit you that hard? I can't bury you now.
Nagkasama yan, of course, back in 1988 sa Pure Foods. Boom!
But he gave him the elbow. right into his Adam's apple.
That's painful. I've been there.
Yeah, that is
Especially
painful.
with Jolas.
You visited this elbow before.
Last second conference final.
Of course, you've had a colorful matchup with Jojo Lastimosa as well, Vince.
Yeah, but Jojo's a good guy. You know, we become friends, and actually we share common friends. And it's just on the court, off the court, we're okay.
That's the way it should be.
I'm sorry.
That's the way it should be.
Definitely, you leave everything within those four lines.
That's right.
Shot clock down to 6 seconds. Supply and tira ni Nelson Azaitona. Rebound ni Pochino.
Alaska's doing a great job at boxing out. They're not letting San Miguel get those offensive rebounds.
It seems that Nelson is thinking his whole game is predicated upon getting his outside game going muna.
That's
You know,
right.
if he gets that first, it'll open up certain drives or whatever he has going to the hole. He's really taking a lot of three-point shots with not too much success thus far.
And talking about going to the hole, what a move from Kenneth Dorantes. Reverse ang ginawa niya, mga kaibigan. Iwasan yung sapal, and Alaska now attacked by 12. Ildefonso, na double team. And they're taking too long trying to set up that shot. 2 seconds to shoot. Maikse, Rino controls. Lead pass, here's Dorantes, all the way to the basket.
Yes. San Miguel is not coming down on defense. This is the first time that Coach Jacobs reacted to Alaska's fast break play. Now it's a 14-point lead early here in the first quarter.
In the finals, Alaska's outscored San Miguel 11-7 sa fast break. Yan po ang ating field goal shooting. A miserable 2 out of 12 para sa San Miguel here.
Alaska is 67% from the field, 10 out of 15. San Miguel is 16% from the field.
Azaitono, binompa, wala na naman. Dorantes gets the rebound. And here they come.
Alaska has really stepped up the defense. They're not allowing a second shot whatsoever.
At all, yes.
Offensive rebounds are just not happening for San Miguel right now.
12 seconds on the shot clock. Rino inside, short stab. At makakakuha siya ng foul. Dapat kay Nelson Azaitono. But it's been this man pumping up the Alaska team. What a move underneath Kenneth Dorantes. And Alaska now on top by 14, 22-8. Good to have you with us, Philippines. Noli Iyala po kasama si Dr. J. Andy Howe at si Vince Season ng Gordon's Gin para sa game number 6 ng Best of 7 series para sa McDonald's PBA All-Filipino title. Right now, Alaska ay lamang ng 14 na puntos naman sa San Miguel Beer with only 2:22 remaining in the first quarter.
And you can see this obviously an Alaska fan here. San Miguel made some substitutions quickly after that second timeout in this quarter. 3-man substitution. Alan Kaidik, Art de la Cruz, and Yoyo Villamin taking away Muslim Abuda and Nelson Azaitono. He was not really driven to the basket a lot. He's taken too many 3-point shots for their own comfort.
Just Andy, as you noticed, Alaska is the aggressor in this game. You really noticed, even on defense, they're really aggressive. You see how they're going at the players and really making sure that they have a tough time making 2 points. And if they do get the shot off, then they're going to get the rebound.
This is the first chance that they have 2 offensive rebounds for San Miguel in a long time.
Nagkaroon po ng domination from the glass ang San Miguel Beer to give them a 2 points, or now the lead of Alaska down to 14, 24-10.
Credit that to their substitutions.
Oh, yung bench again coming into play. Lastimosa sa play and tira. Offensive rebound ni Bong Hawkins.
There's going to be a loose ball foul here called against Yoyo Villamin.
Yoyo Villamin will pick up his first personal foul. Right now, we'll throw you courtside with Anthony Santay. Anthony?
Well, you know, Noli, from day one, Coach Ron Jacobs kept telling me, he told his boys transition defense is very important against Alaska because they like going on the break, getting easy points. He was very displeased that last time out. Sabi niya, guys, we're not doing what you talked about from day one. We got to pick it up. Noli?
Well, picking it up is the name of the game because of finals. And Vince, you obviously know that you've got to step up your game. No lacking of intensity, no lack of focus in this championship series.
Yeah, especially when you're down, as they are right now by 14 points. When you get into a certain groove where you're not doing very well, you have to dig deeper inside and find that anemo, find that charge. Whatever you have to do, you have to find it just so you can combat whatever is pulling you down, be it fatigue or you're mentally tired or whatever. Or You just have to make sure that you have to give everything you can to make the championship and make the win possible.
Meantime, si Coach Wino nagpinte sa kanyang unang free throw. He's averaged close to 8 points per ball game in this championship series. Nakuha niya yung pangalawa to add on to the Alaska lead. 25-10 ang ating score. A minute and 23 remaining sa first quarter.
With Nelson sitting down, San Miguel has to look for other options and maybe a little bit more.
Kasi Art de la Cruz, who was suspended in the last game, is back in the ball game. That's a tough shot.
It is. You got 3 people on you, all of them are hitting you in the arm, hands, whatever. And they're not going to call that foul. You have to make that. This is the pros.
This is one guy who has really come out in this championship series. Daniel Defonso, ang pagito ng San Miguel Beer.
3-second violation. It's good defense there. San Miguel.
48.9 seconds remaining. Rodney Santos checking in now para kay Johnny Abarientos. Your thoughts, Vince, on Daniel Defonso? He has certainly come out. He's averaging close to 16 points in this championship series.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to play against Danny, even when he was in the amateur ranks, and I've seen his progress, and I'm definitely pleased with the way he's playing, and I hope that he continues. He's definitely one of the superstars in the NBA.
Samantala si Olsen Rosella drawing a foul laban kay Coach Wino as he was slightly tripped there, unintentionally of course.
We've got 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. Both teams are in the penalty right now. So about if San Miguel goes for a quick shot, they can get a 2-for-1 here. If not, it's going to be a 1-on-1.
Ildefonso, nag-cut si Alan Kaitik, walang pasa. 11 seconds na kanila shot clock. Ildefonso got away momentarily pero nandun yung tulong ni Kenneth Duremtes.
Now you've got 9 seconds on the shot clock. Duncan Sen coming into the ball game, replacing Olsen Rosella. 25.6 left in the first quarter of play.
Look at San Miguel to go at Alan Kaitik now. 6 seconds to shoot. Naagawan si Alan Kaitik. Nakuha ni Lastimosa. Pasa niya. Naagol muli ni Art de la Cruz. Tuloy-tuloy sa basket. Tumama sa back iron. Hot Jr. with a rebound. At may loose ball foul. Nagtatawag laban kay Yoyo Villamin. Both teams are in the penalty.
Art de la Cruz had no idea how much time there was on the clock. He did not have to rush a very difficult layup there. You can see here, it's a 3-on-1. Spread it out. You've got a lot of big men. You drop off to Daniel Defonso. Coach Wino would have been in trouble. He had no idea of what time there was left on the clock. And so he went for a difficult finger roll.
At tuloy, napunta sa linya si Edward Wino. Already with 3 points.
All of them coming from the free throw line.
And si Coach Tim Cohn trying to get closer to the 9 titles of Norman Black. He has a total of 7. If he wins this conference, that will move him within 1 of Norman Black as the second winningest coach here in the PBA.
He and Norman are what you would say the most active coaches. The other coaches come and go.
Samantala, offensive rebound. Nandun na naman si Wino. Wala. Andun na naman si Dorentes.
A lot of time here.
Iniswerte itong Alaska here in the first quarter. Lead is up to 16. 3 seconds remaining. I think he has to put it up. Will not have enough time. And what a first quarter for the Alaska Milkmen, fighting for dear life. Here in game number 6, they have zoomed to a 16-point lead after 12 minutes of action. Pagkarabyo amin sa ating mga kaibigan sa Ilocanda, lalo-lalo na po sa ating mga kaibigan sa Lawag City and San Esteban, Ilocos Sur. Noli Yala po kasama si Dr. J and Vince Season for game number 6. Second quarter just underway. Lamang po ang Alaska ng 16 na puntos as we begin the second period.
Meanwhile, Aceitono has come back into the ball game, replacing Ildefonso. You know, even though that's a 16-point lead, you've got to realize this is only the first quarter.
Yes.
And it has to be Alaska continuing to pour it on if they want to be able to extend this game number 7. Meanwhile, another bad shot selection there by Nelson.
Aceitono has only
2 points.
scored 2 points in this game. Si Jun Reyes ay pumasok na rin po. Pinunta niya si Jojo Lastimosa.
That is again the mismatch of Santos.
Inikot nila, libre ng bagya. Reyes, masyado malakas mula sa kanto. Alan Kaidik gets the rebound.
Art de la Cruz missed the last game out because of the suspension.
May tangan ng bola. Camino sa labas. Yes! Super of a shot from Art de la Cruz.
That's what he can give them, not only his defense and rebound, but he's got a pretty decent perimeter shot and he can post up at Kenneth Durandez.
And I'm sure the emotion is there. I'm sure he wants to
Yeah.
bounce back from not being able to play in the last game. So
You want to help, huh?
I'm sure he wants to give some positive impact to the team.
In the meantime, this man has been giving all the impact plays para sa Alaska again. Lane slashing drive para kay Kenneth Durandez. He has a total of 10 points in the ballgame.
Yeah, how many times have we seen Kenneth break down the team already, break down the defense of San Miguel and drive the baseline and make those little hook shots or those little small layups.
Too many for comfort.
Parang walang baseline defense Andy right now sa Miguel. Kasi gusto ng galaw niya. Kumagala, 3 points siya. Wala pa rin para sa Lassen.
Careful with the ball and again.
Giving it to Daniel Defonso. Santos and there's Kenneth Durandez getting another layup.
Like I always said that the way the series has been going, Nelson Aceitono, the most valuable player of the series, or Kenneth Durandez if Alaska win.
You know, this is again, parang nagpapakita ng shades of game number 3. As you see this offensive foul laban kay Yoyoy Philippine. Alan Kaidik picking up his first foul. Ito yung last play sa ating Cafe Puro Slow-Mo. Captain Marble all the way to the basket.
Captain Marbel, I like that name. In fact, I had the opportunity of going with Kenneth to his hometown in Cotabato.
Yes.
And I introduced him as Captain Marbel, and we have a little joke between us.
It probably is going to stick with it.
Good guy.
Meanwhile, Johnny Barrientos back into the ball game. 18-point lead right now for Alaska.
6 seconds to shoot para sa Alaska Milk. 3 to shoot. Hawkins goes up.
Yes.
And going again. This is now turning into a rout here in the first half. 20 puntos sa ng Alaska Milk. 34 to 14.
Well, you know that as long as 30 seconds to 1 calling the plays, nothing much is going to go here for San Miguel. You just see the shooting of Alaska is just fantastic. And in the case of legal defense going to be charged against the Alaska team, the first call of that nature called against them.
Yeah, Alaska's building quite a sizable lead, and San Miguel's going to have definitely their work cut out for them if they don't make something happen in the next game.
Could it be, Vince, that the adrenaline is pumping too much for the San Miguel team, that they're already feeling it even before they play the game?
It could be it's too much, it could be it's too little. They had a real big game last time out, and it could be a lot of things, but definitely this is the professional league, and you have to come ready to play every single night.
And every single moment right now, binalik na po si Olsen Bracela. And of course, si Daniel Defonso is also back in the ball game.
8 minutes and 52 seconds left, second quarter of play.
Parehong koponan, malinis pa sa kanilang team fouls. 19-point lead, and Ildefonso getting a quick basket turner from a turnaround. 10 points in the ball game para Ildefonso.
Well, that's what San Miguel wants to do at this point. Just keep on plugging. Play some better defense, though, because they cannot allow Alaska just to have easy layups, which is what's happening here in this ball game.
Quino nasa loob. Oh, what a move! Pero masyado lamang kulang sa pektos, ano, Dr. J. Maganda yung pagkakawala.
That was an easy layup. He just missed it.
Lito Weber still a commanding 17 points. Supply at ni Alan Kaidik, who has struggled all series long. And are you surprised with that, Vince, with the experience of Alan?
Actually, yes, I am. He's one of my idols, as you all know, and he's one of the best shooters the PBA has ever seen, and I think the PBA will ever see. But him struggling is quite a surprise to me.
He's only averaging 3 points in the ball game or in the series, and he's now lifted. Samantala si Kenneth Durandez remains on the bench. Rodney Santos taking his spot as the starting lineup of Alaska is back on the floor. Almost. Hawkins. Wala. Rebound. Nabalik yung Hawkins. Tumatakbo na si Ildefonso.
That was a mistake. Huh?
Lastimosa nakawala. Offline. Rebound by Poch Wino, and there's going to be a loose ball foul. Laban kay Poch Wino. We talked about Kenneth Durandez, Captain Marbel. Well, he has been one of the best here in game number 6. Cutting into the lane, going baseline and the reverse. He has certainly been flying here today. Captain Marble on the run and trying to lead Alaska here in game number 6. A total of 10 points para kay or rather 12 points para kay Kenneth Correntes. Samantala sa play ang tira ni Art de la Cruz. And you can see the shots ng San Miguel, Doc, parang walang rhythm, walang flat.
Actually, yung para kay Art was there, pero masyado lang siyang gigil. He has a mismatch and he did not exploit it properly against Rodney Santos.
I think one factor that will play into this game as well is the injury to Mike Mustre.
Yes.
Definitely, he's one of the guys that can break down the defense. In fact, he was given 2 shots for cutting down the Camino, the guy who got the foul. He's one of those guys that can open up the game, open up the lane for guys like Acetono and Ildefonso.
And when he cuts, Nelson usually gives him the ball back because he finishes off very well.
Yeah, that's one factor. And also, he can check, I think, Duremez better than anybody they have in San Miguel.
Excellent point. Gentlemen, 13 points ang average to Mike Mustre. In this title series, he has really stepped up his game. Right now, matagal lang hindi gumagalaw ang ating score. It remains at 34-17 nearing the halfway mark in the second quarter.
And Alaska doesn't mind.
Yes. And Daniel Rosella. And Rosella cuts down that lead somewhat to 15, but it's still all Alaska here in the first half. Anim na minuto, 23 saglit po dito sa ating second quarter of game number 6. Nelson Acetono has struggled all night long so far, only 2 points. At kaya naman po ang Alaska namamayagpag sa kasalukuyan with a 15-point lead, although San Miguel has cut that down from a high of 20, Dr. J.
We talk about Nelson. When they have lost, his average is 14 points. When they have won, it's 30-something points. So he's obviously very tired from the last game. That was an overtime game. You know?
Oh, yes.
And he did not come out of the ball game in the second half. No. So we have a foul there called against Rosella.
That'll be the second foul, or first foul, laban kay Rosella, and that's what he has done so far here. Miserable 1 out of 10, Vince. If you were playing and shot that way, you'll be out of this game right now.
Yeah, but see, that's the difference. The coach may have some confidence in you. He knows he's not going to go far without Nelson, so you just keep him there and keep him on shooting. You can't take him out now because they would never be in this situation without him in the first place.
Exactly.
Ron Jacobs even said that we would not be in the finals without Nelson Acetono.
I know Coach Jaworski has always told me, you know, sometimes he said, you keep Vince there, yeah, because he's a shooter. If I don't ask him to shoot, nothing's going to happen with my team.
And a good block mula kay Mike Mustre, laban kay Kevin Ramos. 3-point shot, wala. Rebound ni Freddy Abuda. San Miguel trying to come back here and trying to regain their composure and their bearings. Ildefonso, laban kay Kevin Ramos. He has led San Miguel in scoring in this game number 6. Acetono takes a 3. In and out. Tapik ni Abuda.
Yes. So Abuda getting a defensive rebound and an offensive rebound. And all of a sudden, the lead is down to 13. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second quarter of play.
Eddie Abuda, 5th-year pro mula sa Lawan, Samar. Cutting down that Alaska lead to 13. Here's Captain Marble.
Oh, big basket. That was a 3-point shot, a triple B.
Captain Marble, who has averaged 37.5% in the 3-point range here in the finals, gets his 15th point. At balik sa labing-anim mga bante ng Alaska Milk. Ildefonso, sinagupa ni Astimosa, no foul. Turnover naman sa San Miguel. Abarientos, looking downstairs, ball fake, no! Almost got that one.
Over the back foul on Lastimosa there. That was a nice move there by Johnny. He just did not finish it.
Yeah, he took off from really far out. He took out 2 people with him and barely missed it. Yeah.
Here's that one. Whoop.
Right there, in and out.
Just a little too hard off the glass because he had to hang against defending Ildefonso.
And that loose ball foul, kita-kita rin doon, laban kay Jojo Lastimosa. He's showing a lot of fire in this ball game.
We always forget that Johnny is not exactly the tallest player in the world.
Oh, yes.
He's going against guys that are, maybe 5 or even 10 inches taller than he is. So, when he goes in there and he makes those spectacular plays, he's really something.
Freddy Abuda making that possession possible para sa San Miguel here, and there's going to be a pushing foul. Laban kay Kevin Ramos. nung gustong kunin ni Ildefonso yung low post laban sa kanya.
Nelson cannot buy a basket. He cannot see the basket at all right now. It's like a golfer who has no feel at all of his spot.
Pag ganun, medyo
He's just guessing.
na-driving na nilang sumalala.
He cannot see the line of his spot at all.
Maybe you should ask him to open his eyes.
Jump shot, the Oscar Rosella. He's a kind of the guy who, when he plays well, hindi na sumasabay yung laro ng San Miguel.
That's right. He's also trying to keep them, just stay there, stay there. If we're down by 10, we'll take that, But they don't want to be down by 20 the way Gordon's game against Alaska in the 6th game last year. That's the Mosa.
Wow. It's just coming from all sides. You got Johnny, you got Kenneth, you got everybody contributing. And it's so hard to find an answer, at least for San Miguel, they're really clamping down on Nelson. It's proving, it's giving dividends for them right now.
Alaska's averaged 46% in this series. And there's going to be a foul laban kay Johnny Abarientos, and that's a big call dahil pangatlo na yan against the flying A, and that was called by referee Tamonan.
He got into the path of Mustre. Probably hit him with the butt. Let's take a look here. Here you can see that he gets over. They've let a lot of plays go, which are harder than this. A lot of fouls or contacts.
Not a good sign. Of course, si Johnny has proven that he can keep away from those fouls. 39-23, 16 po ang abante ng Alaska Milk. They have not looked back so far in this game. Mike Mustre, sisingit sa loob, kick out play, muting namagaw, Abuda gets inside, oh great move from Freddy Abuda.
I think Freddy really got surprised himself. He picked a couple guys out and he went straight to the hole. There was nobody in front of him.
And that was not his move. He likes to shoot the jumper off a return pass and that's it, or a follow-up, but never really a snap to the basket.
Turn around, the Hawkins wala, rebound, Nelson Rosana, lead is down to 14. Asay Tono, he will take a three, good line, but that's short.
He's like 1 out of 14 from the field. He's even worse than Johnny was last game.
Oh yes.
Watching San Miguel right now reminds me, sort of reminiscent of my days in Ateneo when we had basically Richard Tixon and myself and other players. Not too many people really can contribute the way we were doing, and that's what's happening with San Miguel right now. They got Ildefonso, and then they got Acetona, but right now Acetona just isn't doing it.
How you wish Johnny Abarientos was in that Ateneo team.
That would
I
be
wish
fun.
he was there too.
Don't all the Ateneans.
Samantala, balik po sa 16 ng puntos ng abante ng Alaska. 3-point shot. Mustre wala. Rebound ni Daniel Defonso. Ipinalik ni Mustre. Pinopa, tira, Mike. And it will be tapped out by Mike Mustre with 1 minute and 57 seconds remaining in the second quarter. It's still Alaska by 16. Welcome back, Philippines. Well, ang bayan po ng Superstars, tunay na tahanan ng Superstars. Commissioner Jun Bernardino.
Your boss.
Your boss,
boss,
Vince.
Mr. Navarro.
Mr. Navarro.
Hello, sir.
Presidente
Looking
ng
good.
PBA. And of course, Executive Director Sunny Barrios. Mario Raimundo.
Freddy
Freddy
Alasco.
Alasco. And GAT Chairman.
Oh,
sorry.
that's Nyok Pontevelde.
Yes,
He's one of the
Monica
commissioners
Pontevelde.
of the PCC.
Ng PSC. Samantala, itong larong ito tuloy pong aksyon at may
Offensive foul.
offensive foul laban kay Kevin Ramos.
Yeah, I think he leaned in a little bit on that pick he tried to give Jolas, but maybe a little too much. The referee called it right away.
Well, he's a white refrigerator right there. If he gets in front of you, you're going to move away.
12 cubic feet. 1 minute and 43 remaining. 16 po ang abante ng Alaska Milk. It's been a war here in game number 6, and Alaska has been winning this one so far. Asay Tono, he has struggled. After converting his second shot, he has missed about 8 consecutive now and make that 9. Baseball pitch, Dorentes, na libre, umangat, wala.
Well, Nelson has not even been close with his shots. It's not something like it's in and out. It's not even close the way. And that's why he's lagging behind in offense. He himself is down in morale right now.
Asay Tono coming up from that 40-point performance in games 4 and 41 in game 5. Something that has been somewhat of a record here in the finals title series. And a good shot mula kay Freddy Abuda. Parang unsung hero ito si Freddy Abuda. Kung iahambing natin sa NBA, Malar Dennis Rodman ang dating. He likes to rebound. He
Yeah.
likes to be around the basket.
Well, he
Dr.
scores a little bit more than Dennis. That's something for sure. Although Dennis had 7 points and 14 rebounds yesterday.
And of course, mas disente ang kanyang buhok. Samantala, sablay ang tira ni Kenneth Durante sa kanto. Lead is down somewhat to 14, but only 27 seconds remaining here.
So, San Miguel has possession. Alaska still one foul to give.
Dalawang fake. Huli na naman ni Potswinyo. Hindi kumakagat, Doc.
Yes, well, Mustre is hurt, and that's why he has no confidence. If he wasn't hurt, that would have been an easy shot off the glass. But he's hurt, and he sees Huino coming at him on our Cape Puro slow-mo, and a clean block right there.
Pangatlong sapal na yan ni Coach Huino. Ang Alaska's average 5 shot clocks in this title series.
Still plenty of time on the shot clock.
6 seconds to be exact. Naipit si Racela. Pumira ng Alahoy. Rebound. Makukuha na naman ni Freddy Abuda. Only 4 seconds on the game clock. Jump shot. Wala. Dorentes gets the rebound. And he throws one more heave. And that'll do it. It is the first half. An eventful first half here in game number 6. Alaska trying to stay alive. And San Miguel, well, they will have a lot of things to talk about during the half. They're down here by 14, 41 to 27. Sa aming pagbabalik, samahan niyo po si Dr. J at si Vince Season as they talk about this first half. Alright, nasa kalagitnaan pa rin po tayo ng game number 6. Alaska on top here by 14, 41 to 27. Welcome sa ating Adidas halftime report. Well, yan po ang ating mga leading scorers right now dito sa larong ito. At kapuna-puna, as we take a look at Durentes and Lastimosa leading the pack for Alaska. Ildefonso with 10 points. Asaytono only with 2 points, Dr. J.
And he's only 1 out of 13 from the field. Majority of his shots being taken from the 3-point territory.
Vince, obviously you've seen some things here in the first half that indicate the kind of Alaska game. You see the numbers right now, and the intensity is not reflected there, but these numbers, and it's been a war like you've never seen before.
Well, this is it. If San Miguel's going to do anything, it's got to start now, and it's got to start on defense. As they say, offense wins ball games, but defense wins championships. And if you can't stop the other team, you're going to have a hard time winning.
Especially when you're down, That's
right.
the only way you can come back is to make some stops.
Parati kong inuulit yung 1995 series. Well, again, another parallelism. In 1995, ang San Miguel ang nasa ibabaw in game number 6 by 12 points. They led by as many as 15 in the first half, but they lost that ball game. In this 1998 series, again, it's the same 3-2 lead for San Miguel in the series, but it's Alaska this time on top by 14 at the half.
Well, look at Nelson. Right now, he's taking a closer shot, and he got a big break. But is that going to count? I don't think it's going to count because that ball on the way up hit the other side. So,
did it hit the back or did it hit the top of the backboard?
well, that again is discretionary. It really depends on what it hit. No?
I think Ron Jacobs thinks it hit the top of the backboard.
And came back, yeah.
Pag inaalat ka nga, Dr. J at Vince, pasok na, nawawala pa.
Correct.
Yeah.
And he needed that basket to lift up his confidence a little bit. Easy 2 points underneath the basket for Bong Hawkins.
Nelson can't buy a break today.
Oh yes, he certainly cannot. 6 points in the game. Para kay Bong Hawkins, he has been outplayed in that power forward position. Laban kay Nelson Asaytono, but in our conversation with Sean Chambers, Dr. J, sabi niya nga kay Bong Hawkins, huwag mo nang isipin yun. Samantala si Mike Mustre gets inside for the first 2 points para sa San Miguel Beer.
And again, we see Mike Mustre struggling a little bit with that sprained wrist of his because he took off with the wrong foot and had to shoot it with the right hand.
Yes. 43-29 ang ating puntalaan na panty ng 14. Ang Alaska, libre si Johnny off a screen ni Coach Rino. And ang Barrientos finding the mark with 9 points in the game.
That's where Alaska is so deadly. Those extra passes, nobody forcing the shot. They'd like to get the man with the real wide open look at the basket.
Nabanggit nga natin, Barrientos struggled in game 5 with only 3 points, but he will come back in a big way today, and he has been ballistic so far in this ball game. Inside play, Ildefonso. Danny Ildefonso with his 12th point to lead all Pearmen in scoring.
Danny's definitely come ready to play for this championship. He's the saving grace right now for San Miguel. If it weren't for him, they definitely wouldn't even be in contention.
That's right. He's a gem of a rookie.
Definitely.
Number 1 draft pick this year. Naghahanap ng foul si Kenneth Duremdes at hindi siya nakakuha. Samantala, may report tayo mula kay Mon Reboro tungkol sa Alaska Milk. Mon?
Salamat, Nolly. Sustain. Yun lamang sinasabi ng mga taga-Alaska sa loob ng dugout. At si Coach Tim ko, masayang-masaya sa nilaro niya sa first half at gusto niyang dalhin sa second half. Meron siyang dagdag na bala. Papasok sa second half, sabi sa mga bata niya, eto, handcuffs para kay Nelson Asaytono. Back to you, Nolly.
Medyo delikado yan pag nilagay mo yung handcuffs sa loob ng floor. Bawal yata yan. But certainly the point has been made. Nelson Asaytono has been checked in this game.
Yeah, may poses na. Wala pa yata susi.
Tinapo na sa Manila Bay. Dito si Ildefonso nakakawala pero tinawagan siya the time ng steps.
Yeah, that's a
before
good
making
call.
the basket.
That's a good call. He took some steps. He didn't put down the ball on the floor before going for the layup. That's where Marlo is so good at.
Yeah, Marlon just turns around and puts it straight up.
Yeah.
He has the advantage of being a little bit taller, so he doesn't really have to fake as much.
The night is alive on Vintage Television. At ito po ang title series para sa McDonald's PBA All-Filipino Cup. Samantala, sablayan tira from the outside ni Barrientos. It will remain, however, with Alaska Milk. And right now, we'll turn you over sa kabilang panig naman with Anthony Zanday and San Miguel Beer. Anthony?
Well, Nolly, for Coach Ron Jacobs, sabi niya sa mga bata niya, he likened this game to game number 3, their game in Cebu. And he said, look, at that particular point, they shot very well, and they were up by 18 points. Right now, they're only up by 14, so it's very manageable. Just relax, follow our game plan, and we'll do okay. Nolly?
We saw that game, Dr. J, at nakabalik ang San Miguel doon.
Yeah,
Kinulang.
they had it down to 3.
Yes.
Nelson cannot buy a basket.
Wow.
Maybe they should take him out.
You cannot help but think about the burnout factor as Asaytono hit 2 40-point explosions. In the meantime, Kenneth Duremdes is exploding himself.
At the same time, Nelson is almost always late coming back on defense, so he's not a factor helping against the transition offense of Alaska. 18-point lead back for Alaska. Biggest was at 20.
At 17 puntos na si Kenneth Duremdes. Samantala, Ildefonso is keeping them in this ballgame, Vince.
Danny Ildefonso is the name to watch in the years to come. He is one of the future stars, definitely, for the PBA.
Ginugot mula sa amateur ranks, the young boy.
Oh, that's traveling.
Pero hindi tinawag. And Ponsueña got away with that one.
Now nobody wants the ball.
Not even Nelson.
Here we go.
And Olsen was really not happy with that last play because you're the point guard. You're supposed to be getting the ball, not inbounding it.
Yun. And that's always the principle ni Ron Jacobs. 51-33, balik sa 18. Asaytono nilusob ang depensa. He finally gets his own miss in the putback. Asaytono with his first field goal in his last 13 attempts.
And one thing Nelson has not been able to do, he has not been able to go to the free throw line in this ball game, which is something you must do to help yourself.
Yeah, those are free points. That's why they call them free throws.
That's right.
It raises your confidence too, if you know you can go inside, get a few fouls from the other team.
And again, that extra pass, Dr. J. Barrientos, the recipient, getting the basket from the corner.
Well, Alaska is doing one kind of a play, exploiting on the strong side a mismatch, and then posting up Johnny on the other side for the jump shots.
At makikita mo rin dito sa larong ito, they're playing more as a team. They have averaged close to 20 assists in this series, about 4 more than San Miguel.
It's really like clockwork for Alaska. Tim Cohn preaches that, we're in the practices for the RP team, and he says basically the whole triangle is predicated upon thinking pass first and then shoot next. Because if you break it down and you try to be a one-on-one selfish type player, the team might win that game, but you're not going to win the championship, and that's what it's all about, team effort.
Nakita nyo si Sean Chambers doing the jiggle and the wiggle. And why not? They're on top here by 20 points, 55-35.
So they've come out smoking here in the third quarter and added on to that 14-point lead. The shot clock is down to 4 right now.
At may reach-in foul na itatawag laban kay Bong Hawkins. That's only the first foul of the Hawk. And the first team foul of Alaska with 6:07 remaining here in the third quarter. Well, if there will be a Game 7, that'll happen on Friday. Dito po sa Araneta Coliseum. And that should be a humdinger of a ball game, but this game is far from over. Racela, inside, wala. Tumama bola, tumalbog, napulot pa rin ng Alaska.
It would be a humdinger depending on what San Miguel can do in this ball game, because if they're going to get blown out, it's going to take a lot of talking to get that morale back into the team.
Barrientos beats to Racela to the basket, and this is the biggest lead of Alaska, 22 points.
This is
Leo Martinez right on your streets, medyo natatakpan.
you know, this is Alaska's day. Everything seems to be falling into the right place for them. All the baskets seem to be going in. They're getting the proper breaks.
Oh, you better believe it.
San Miguel is just having to work, it seems, 10 times as hard to get to where they want to go. So it's definitely Alaska's day.
And it indeed is. They're on top by 22. We'll be back. (57-35), 5:18 remaining dito sa ating third quarter. Ang Alaska, 22 ang abante. At ang San Miguel Bien naghahanap ng puntos. Asaitono. Alahoy na naman natira. Rebound. Nakuha ni Art de la Cruz.
Who came in for Freddy Abuda. Alan Kaidik came in for Mike Musre.
14 seconds. The shot clock ng Beerman. Asaitono will take another one. Still not there.
Alan was wide open on the other side, asking Nelson, give me the pass. You have not been making the shot. Give me an opportunity. And Nelson still took it.
And you know, if there's anything lacking or needing in the San Miguel game right now, I know I'm a little biased, but it's from the 2 position, which Alan Kaidik and Mike Mustra both play. And right now, they're not getting quite the contribution that they would want from those 2. Right now, it's basically that Ildefonso and Asaitono trying, but he's not getting it done. He's not getting open enough because the 2 guards aren't contributing like they should.
Well, right now, you know, the way they're going, Vince, I would not be surprised if Asaitono does not play in the fourth quarter. If Jacob sees that this ball game is going to be out of hand, he's not going to wait for the next game. You know, they have that one-game luxury.
Yes.
Ooh.
Wow.
Baksak si Kaidik, walang foul. Ildefonso nasa loob. Pumik, wala pa rin foul. Nabitawan pa ni Asaitono and Hawkins almost sitting on the ball.
He's already outside.
And lalabas siya with 4:01 remaining. Into the third quarter, only second remaining sa shot clock ng San Miguel. And Ron Jacobs, his work cut out for him today. A second sa shot clock. At naagaw ang inbound. And here's the Remdes. Lastimosa, pinarikod the Remdes, and he loses the handle. Uy.
Yes, last touch of Kenneth Dorendes.
One of the few turnovers. Uy, sa ating bayan ng superstars, isa sa mga superstars ng world of politics, Governor Oscar Orbos with his son Mark taking time out from his hectic campaign.
Wala pa na isang anak. Wala si Luke. Yeah, I know him well. I know the youngest son well.
Of course, ang pinagmamalaki ng Pangasinan yan, si Governor Orbos. Kasama na rin ni Daniel Defonso. Nakakatakot yun. Talagang kinarga sa likod ni Ildefonso, and Dorendes picking up the foul, almost a dangerous fall.
Yes. You know, that's one of the scariest positions you can ever find yourself in basketball. You're up in the air, you're turned upside down, and there's nothing to, to brace your fall. You're going to land on your back if, who was that?
Yeah, if Wino didn't catch him, he would have been in trouble.
That would have been a lot of pain.
You know, they say that literally San Miguel is riding the back of the bull, but this time it's the Remdes riding the back of Ildefonso. I'll take this break, Vince, to ask you, you've been away, and certainly a lot of fans are asking, what have you been doing so far here in your summer vacation, Vincent?
Well, me, I've been quite busy. I think I'm in the most interesting of positions in the entire country right now. My best friend and my girlfriend both have parents going for the Senate, Robert Jaworski and Lauren Nagarda. So we're all doing our best to help them both out. Coach, we've been going around doing some campaigning for him. The whole team has. And aside from that, I've been trying to do a little bit for Lauren Nagarda. So I've been really busy with campaigning.
Kaya naman kami natutuwa at nakasama ka namin ngayon, Vince.
Taking time out, huh?
Oo. Samantala, 22-point lead pa rin po para sa Alaska at may foul na ibinigay si Alan Kaidik.
But campaigns are good for tans. It's the next best thing. It's the next best thing to going to the beach.
Well, I can believe that. I can see your tan, my friend.
I needed one, definitely.
Makes you look a little more dashing, and that's why all the fans here are going wild during the break.
Oh, please.
59-37 before we get carried away here. It's still a 22-point lead para sa Alaska Milk. Cross-court pass. Hawkins.
Try to use that pick.
Yeah.
Coach Wiños played well here today. Pumasok sa loob. Medyo naipit. Fall away. Naagaw. Oh! And there's going to be an illegal, a foul. Ang itatawag ni referee Oji Bernarte to go against Art de la Cruz. And that'll be number 1 on de la Cruz.
Alan wishes that wasn't called because he had an easy layup on the other end. because he threw the ball after they called the foul.
We'll take a break. We'll be back. Muli po nagkakala kami makasama kayo Pilipinas. Noli Iyala po kasama si Dr. J. Andy Howe and Vince Hizon. Game number 6 of the finals. Only 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. A 22-point lead para sa Alaska Milk. At sila mag-i-inbound. Still another opportunity to pad that lead. Tankinsen is in the ball game now. Pinalta niya si Olsen Racela. He's up against Abarientos. Libre ng bagya si Hawkins. Sumipat, tumira, wala. Rebound ni Kaidik.
Alan's been doing some job on that end, at least.
Asay Tono, libre si Kaidik on the other side. No pass. Finally gets the pass. 3-point shot. Bang!
He's been asking for that. He's been asking for that pass.
That's what he's known for. That's what he's out for. He's not out there to really play defense. He's out there to shoot the 3-point shot.
That's right. And you know, if he gets a little confident that she have that illegal defense called against San Miguel, you know, Alan might be thinking of the next game. He's going to get some playing time, definitely.
At may illegal defense laban sa San Miguel. Here's that play again. And kanina pa naghahanap. Finally, nakita ni Tankinsen. And the trigger man pulls the trigger. And it's swak na swak.
That was very good ball distribution by San Miguel Blue.
The ball did not stay in the hands of Nelson that long. They forced him to give it up.
Lastimosa, inikot nila. Abarientos gets inside, inilabas. Again, they look for that open man. Lastimosa takes the jumper. Wala. Rebound. Mapupulot ni Kenneth Torrentes. Sees the opening. Goes up. Wala. Tap goes to Tankinsen. And here comes the Beermen.
Alan setting up for another 3-point shot.
Inside play. Offline.
That's good defense by Alaska. They recognize Alan setting up and force him to give up the ball.
They're covering the passing lanes very well dito sa third quarter at saka dito sa entire game actually.
Here by San Miguel, if they can get something going here, they only have a minute and 38 left here in the third quarter.
If San Miguel is going to make a comeback in this game, it has to start right now. Alaska's not getting the shots down like they were earlier, and this is their chance. If they can convert a few shots, they can definitely get within reach.
This is a foul in the act of shooting plus a technical foul.
This may be the opportunity para kay Ron Jacobs to give Nelson Aceitono some of the range that he has lost in this game. Ito yung foul, and now there's the foul. May kasamang pagreklamo ng bahagya. Tinawagan siya ng technical. Kaidik will take technical free throw.
Well, you want Alan to do that because you don't have Racela on the floor right now. Mid-season does it for Gordons, by the way, who's going back to Ginebra in the second conference, right?
We're going to be Ginebra after,
Is JB coming back?
That's still kind of up in the air. I don't know exactly what's the story with all of that, but hopefully, you know, we love JB and we hope he can come back soon.
And now we'll have Nelson taking the 2 free throws as San Miguel has cut the lead down to 18. We're only a minute and 25 left in the third quarter.
Well, hindi mapigilan ng the Bull, and he has certainly been a top player in this All-Filipino Conference. As you take a look at the San Miguel Beer fans, they came in droves today. Obviously hoping for a championship ngayong araw na to.
But you also always have the spoilers, and that's what Alaska would like to be. A spoiler, not a gate crasher. If you're a gate crasher, it means the party will go on. If you want to be a spoiler, no party.
No party.
You eat on your own, guys.
And the balloons, hopefully, sabi nga ni Monteboro kanina, they're hoping that those balloons will not drop today. Bong Hawkins, as the chant of defense comes alive dito sa Cuneta Astrodome. 9 seconds of shot clock. Lastimosa. 6 seconds to shoot. Cross-court pass. 3. Bailout shot. Wala. It goes over the backboard.
That one was definitely over the backboard. No question about it.
They're feeling a rally here.
He's coming with very, very short time left in the third quarter, but San Miguel's trying to make something happen. Tankinsen being asked by Nelson, hey, push it up. We don't have all day.
That much time. This is the third quarter. 11 po ang inahabol ng San Miguel. Alan Kaidik. Nakita si Tankinsen. 3-point shot. Wala. Offensive rebound. And put down. And it's a 10-0 run para sa San Miguel. And they're down by 14, 59-45.
So we're back where we were at the start of the third quarter. Alaska had put it to 24.
And the chant gets louder. Lastimosa, sapo sa likod at may foul. Itatawag lamang kay Art de la Cruz.
That'll mean free throw shots for Jojo.
You know, it's always been a general rule of Gordon's that when we're down by a sizable advantage, like San Miguel is down right now, we have to get back within reach. Usually we try to shoot before the beginning of the fourth quarter, around 10 points. Like, let's just say we're down by 25 at halftime. We want to be down by a score of about 10 or 12 points by the end of the third quarter. So when we start the fourth, you know, we can really get back a lot quicker.
Nakita niyo yung back-to-back plays ni Ildefonso at ni Lastimosa. Austin Gracela taking his time, resting and hoping to be in full charge come the fourth quarter. And Jojo Lastimosa making the first free throw. By the way, I'll take this opportunity. Pagbati ni Executive Director Sunny Barrios ng PBA. Happy birthday to Consul Eddie de Guzman. Isa sa mga suki ng bayan ng superstars ng Philippine Basketball Association.
Galing kay paring Sunny Barrios.
Yes, galing
Saka sa amin.
kay Sunny Barrios. Of course, sa amin na rin dito sa
Kung
Vintage.
ipitay mo kami, salamat.
Okay, salamat din.
Anyway, Alaska's got one more foul to give before they get into the penalty. They can use that, except for Johnny.
Only that much time remaining here. 16-point lead para sa Alaska. Anything is inside. Nagawan from Kenneth Durandez. Hinahabol ni Bob Hawkins. He has enough time and he gets the basket. And Alaska momentarily relinquishing a little of the points, but coming back strong in the final seconds of the third quarter, and they've upped their lead once again. 18 puntos ang hahabulin ng San Miguel come the fourth quarter. Game number 6. They're down by 18 points. They got it to within 14, Dr. J, pero biglang bumulusok na naman ang Alaska.
Well, they got 2 free throws from Lastimosa and then an error on the part of Kaidik, who was trying to go for the last shot, no? And obviously, alam mo, he could have gone for it earlier, given them some chance for a rebound play. And you know, you can always rely on defense if you did not make the shot because they had fouls to give anyway.
Scoring by quarters. Hindi pa nakaka-break ng 20-point barrier itong San Miguel. Samantala, bahagyan na nagka-problema ang San Miguel bringing down that ball. Alan Kaidik gives it to Tankinsen. He will not take the shot. His pass picked by Johnny Abarientos and an easy layup for Abarientos. Lead is up to 20 points here.
I'm nothing against Tankinsen, but I don't know how he's going to be able to play in this kind of series, you know, not playing during the elimination and semifinal round, practically.
Pati yung mga pasa niya, medyo mahina.
I mean, the guy is feeling the pressure, you know.
Nakakuha ng konting puwang at may foul na itatawag si referee Tangonan. This will go against, let's see, Bong Hawkins. That'll be number 3 on the Hawk. And Austin Rosella still preparing to check in here.
He might not come in anymore if this lead stays here.
Things at this point are looking sort of dim for San Miguel. If you notice
There's a shot.
they're sort of rushing things in a sense, and they're turning the ball over to the point where they're trying to get their offense going, but they're not succeeding. And at the same time, Alaska's getting the steals and getting easy layups.
Nothing falling for the Beermen. Lastimosa goes baseline, uses the left hand. That's a Vince season move.
There could have been a foul there too for Joe Lass.
Vince will go the reverse. He doesn't like the easy shot. He'll go reverse. Guarantee. If I were guarding Vince, I'd never guard him straight up.
I've had to learn that because I can't jump that high.
67-45 mga kaibigan. 22-point lead para sa Alaska Milk. They're toying around now with the Beermen. Only a second of the shot clock. Tumira sa Saitono. Wala. Rebound makukuha ni Abarientos. Foot race. Behind the back. Dalawang beses. Almost got away there.
Johnny's just trying to play with Tankinsen and escape for the isolation right now.
And he goes baseline. Inside pass. Dorembes. Pinaglalaroan na lamang. And Hawkins gets the basket.
Obviously, a very, very determined Alaska team that wants to bring this to Game 7 on Friday.
And demoralized San Miguel.
I was going to say the same thing, demoralized.
24 na puntos na po ang abante ng Alaska Milk. And again, they need to win para mapunta sa do or die. Game number 7 and another steal, another turnover. Dorembes gets the opener and a slam dunk.
And
San Miguel has not called a timeout, try to stop this momentum at all. We're just letting them get away with it.
And what a pass by Joe Lastimosa. Look away pa.
That's right, Sean Chambers. Usual. Either a player or a cheerleader.
Yes. Sabi niya sa akin, kinausap daw niya yung kanyang mga kakampi yesterday, and of course when he arrived last Sunday, and he said this is, we've been here and we know how this feels, and right now it seems like all that pep talk has worked para sa Alaska Milkmen. They're on top by 26 points, 9 minutes remaining in the ball game.
This definitely is one of the poorest games that we've seen so far in the series. No?
I think San Miguel really looks a bit tired. I think that last game they had really took something out of them, especially quite obviously Nelson Aceitono, who hasn't been able to put up the numbers.
At
He
all.
had 40 points last game, and he's not quite close to that this game.
Sabi puro slow-mo, Kenneth Duremdes slamming one home. And he has really pumped up a lot of adrenaline in this Alaska game. In the meantime, may report tayo mula kay Anthony Suntay tungkol kay Austin Rosella. Anthony, what's up?
Well, Noli, a while ago in the first half, he stretched that hamstring. Now, they were working with him at the half. Ang sabi naman sa akin, wala namang problema. He can play, but then I guess, since they're down by this big a margin, I don't think we'll see him back. Noli?
No, you can see that Nelson himself is not going to come back after this. He's been taken out of the ball game. 9 minutes and 2 seconds left. You got Yoyo Villamin and Joey Santa Maria playing there. So, you know, they've given up on this game. San Miguel has given up. They just look at Friday.
Aceitono scored only 6 points in today's ball game. Pagkatapos nakakuha siya ng dalawang halos 40 puntos in the last 40.5 points in the last 2 games.
In fairness to Nelson, though, they rely so much on him, and really 2 days to prepare for the next game like they had, from Sunday going in tonight's game. It's really difficult. Maybe if they have an extra day, so 3 days until Friday, they'll be well rested and ready for that game 7.
Kenneth Duremdes nagpapatuloy ang kanyang scoring bench here. 73-48. 25 puntos ang abante ng Alaska Milk. Kay Dick getting inside. Sapal ng bahagya pero may foul na itinawag laban kay Kevin Ramas.
You can see right now that even though they're behind, Alan knows what he wants to do. He's playing so much harder now. He loves to be the focal point of the offense. With Nelson, you just have to take a backseat. Everybody takes a backseat. And right now, Alan's asking for the ball. He's aggressive. He's been seasoned right now.
Well, Alan is actually a team player too. He knows that Nelson has brought him this far, and he isn't quite in the shape that he wishes he was or would be. Maybe a few years ago he could have done that, but some injuries have hobbled him somewhat. But right now he knows his role is to back up Nelson, and he's doing his best to do that job.
The battle cry of Alaska was stop the bull, and they certainly did today. And right now, this is a 24-point lead para sa Alaska Milk. 8 minuto po ang nalalabi sa ating final quarter. Rodney Santos gets a screen from Ramas. In and out. Under 8 minutes to play here. Pangkitsin, naghahanap ng papasahan. Trying to set up the play. Santa Maria goes inside and he'll draw foul. Kasapitan na naman si Pochuino. He's always been around the basket. Kaya naman talagang bumbog sarado rin ang katawan nito si Pochuino in this title series.
Take a look at this play in our slow-mo. Wing is a tough defensive player.
And by the way, as we hear this buzzer, let's see. No, timeout ang itatawag mga kaibigan. We'll be back with 7:47 remaining here in the final quarter. Welcome back, Philippines. 7:47 remaining dito po sa ating basketball game. Kami po nagagalak na makasama kayo dito sa game number 6. Noli Yala po kasama si Dr. J. Andy Howe at si Vince Season ng Gordon's Gin. Right now, ang Alaska in command of this ball game, 73-49. And unless there's a miracle that happens here, although marami pang oras ito, the way Alaska's been playing, Dr. J, we're looking at the game 7 on Friday here.
Yeah, we are looking. There'll be no more miracles in this ball game.
Yung mga miracle workers are all in the bench.
No more. And you can see that even Edward Naron, who has not seen action at all in the championship series, is fielded to replace Danny Ildefonso, and you have him playing in the backcourt together with Takinsen. So these are all the reserve players right now except for Alan Gaidek.
Samantala si Roel Gomez naman ay pumasok na para kay Coach Tim Cone.
But in case the need arises in the Game 7, say somebody gets injured or something happens, it's good to give them a little experience, you know. They get 7 minutes of quality basketball in a championship game with all the pressure on the line. So this is good experience for guys especially like Naron and Tan Kinsen and guys who don't get quite the playing time as the starters do.
You know, an interesting trivia dito mga kaibigan. The last 5 times a best of 7 PBA finals went into a 2-all deadlock after the first 4 games. Lumpong bawat series ngayon went to the maximum 7-game distance. And in 4 of those 5 series, the team that won Game 5 eventually won the title, except for one. And that was the 1995 Governor's Cup meeting ng Alaska at ng San Miguel Beer. So there's so much history riding on this title series, Vince. And obviously, you know, that Game 7 will have a lot. And writers will have a heyday writing about that Game 7.
Yeah, it's going to be a swashbuckler, to say the least. It's going to be incredible. And if you're a fan of Alaska or San Miguel or even the PBA, you got to watch that one. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, these are the players that are going to rest it out for today. You got to look for the next game. Ildefonso had a very decent ball game. Nelson, obviously, a very poor game. Almost comparable to what Johnny did the other night.
That's right.
So Johnny came out a little bit, maybe 100% better than the way he played the other game.
Si Ildefonso nagtapos win ng may 18 puntos. Samantala si Roel Gomez, who has been shooting well from the 3-point range, patuloy pang nagdadagdag ng kalamangan para sa Alaska Milk.
You know, Ruel's a really nice guy, and I've always asked him, how come Tim doesn't play you a little more? Every time you go in, the first thing you do is shoot a 3-point shot. And he's one guy you can never count out, especially when he's in the game. Just look out for him to shoot a 3-point shot, definitely.
He had the opportunity to win the game for Alaska in Game 5, but he missed that shot. Meanwhile, this guy just been taking everybody to school.
Yes. Talaga namang tinuturuan ni Kenneth Duremdes ng leksyon ng lahat ng bumantay sa kanya. 23 puntos si Duremdes ngayong araw na to. Alan Kay Dick still cannot find the range.
Things are definitely looking good if you're an Alaska Milk fan.
Well, again, shades of 95, and we don't know what the future holds, but certainly Coach Tim Cone will take this one, and they will bring it to game number 7. Samantala si Edward Huino has really played well. Nelson Asaitono, what has he done today?
Not much. Against Hawkins, 2 out of 14, 1 out from the field. None against Wino, none against Duremdes, none against Lastimosa.
Look at him, he's looking at the score. Yung big line natin, Dr. Dre, hindi na niya yung kanyang production.
It's okay, he says.
Okay lang yan, sabi niya. Sakyan niyo yung likod ko in Game 7. Maybe that's the message he's sending. Well, San Miguel rode it in Game 4 and 5. They did not get it this today. There's going to be another day. Of course, Alaska hoping that that day will be theirs in game number 7. And Duremdes is now given a rest.
We're seeing June Reyes. Well, you're talking about sakyan natin. If he's Michael Jordan, maybe, no?
Well, he played a Jordan-like game.
If Jordan promises you, I'm going to win a game for you, you know he's going to win a game for you.
Si Duremdes, binigyan na ng pahinga ng kupunan ng Alaska after scoring 23 points, 11 boards para kay Kenneth Duremdes and a complete all-around ball game para kay Duremdes. Samantala, may pito tayo. What gives here?
Oh, that was funny. The referee here called the foul. And he was nullified because he went over the board. But the foul came.
There's going to be another whistle. Samantala, may konting aksyon sa likod ng San Miguel basket right now. That has got the attention of the thousands of fans that trooped to the Cuneta Astro. But right now, it's this 26-point lead that has got the attention of many as Alaska calls its timeout with 4:57 remaining.
Hey, Dick, tikon! Hey, Dick, tikon! Out pa! Ayan! Good.
Samantala, may foul na itinawag dito sa Alaska Milk. 81-54. This is a one game para sa Alaska. They tie up the series here. Still a lot of time though. 4:49 in the fourth quarter. Kapitawan pa yung bola. Talaga naman pag inaalat, inaalat. Anong tinitingnan natin dito, Doc? Come Game 7. Anong mga
Well,
napuna mo dito?
now, of course, it started because of Nelson's poor shooting. But Alaska did something a bit more. I think they took the ball out of Nelson's hands, forced the other players to beat them. They were not able to do so. And eventually, they still go back to Nelson, do the same thing, half-court game. Alaska, I think, also ran a little bit more. That's why they got a lot more points on fast break, although it was only 6 in the first half. So they did some things more than the usual.
Vince, I talked to you. I asked you this question off the air. I said, have you been in a Game 7 situation? Obviously, you have not. But how does a player prepare for such a big game? It's nobody. It's the end all and be all of your conference.
Yeah, well, each conference is really a dream, and to get to the top of this pinnacle, you have to win every game along the way. And there's certain steps, like we had a knockout game a few years ago versus, or a few conferences ago versus San Miguel, and it was do or die. If you want to win the championship, you have to get to the championship series. So of course you have to win those games. So we've been in those types of games, and it's just you have to lay everything out. It's the biggest game of your entire career for a lot of these guys. And,
psychologically, how does a game like this, a blowout, affect the winner and the loser as a player?
Well, it's got to put you a little bit in bad spirits if like for San Miguel right now, and maybe a little bit higher if you're Alaska because of the margin of victory that we're seeing here. It's 30+ points. It really doesn't matter what's happened before. It really doesn't matter, what's transpired. All that really matters is Friday, 7:30 at the Araneta. At the Araneta.
Yes, that's right.
Araneta.
I can say that. Araneta.
Yeah. See that?
It might be 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Well, samahan niyo po kami
We'll
sa
see you
game
there.
number 7, certainly.
Whatever time it is.
Samantala, 87-59, and Alaska having fun here. Samantala, si Joey Santa Maria sa Plantira, and Coach Duino has been a tremendous player para kay Coach Tim Conandic.
Right now, it's what we call scrap time. You talk about the future. Really not much to talk about this game.
And there's another whistle here by referee Chu as a baseline. Edward Naron with a foul. That's his second personal foul. Alaska in the penalty. Dalawang foul ang ipinibigay ng San Miguel. At ngayon, si Aldavid will taste part of game number 6 as Edward Duino is given a rest. And what a ball game he has played today. A total of 10 points, 10 boards, 3 block shots para sa sentro ng Alaska Milk.
Well, you can say that the starters are going to be well rested come Game 7 because they're not playing this game anymore.
Oh.
And they're not really pushing themselves here in the fourth quarter at all.
That's a good raise, of course. He'll try to get whatever he can scrap for here in this ball game.
He has the experience against Tangkinsen, and he's using that to the hilt.
In fairness to Duncanson, I think he was brought in initially because
Steve Smith got hurt.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's
and
why.
then you want to match up a speedy guy.
Yeah, because Johnny was really having a heyday as far as his offense was concerned, and maybe he wanted somebody with a little bit more speed, knowing that Olsen was kind of hampered by that hamstring injury.
2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining bago natin tapusin itong parusa sa San Miguel at magpasimula ng pagpaparty ng Alaska Milk. Of course, they cannot party too much. There's still a Game 7 to play.
And they certainly would not party with their fans. It's among themselves yet until time comes if they can do it right on Friday.
And the last 2 minutes brought to you by Hope, the largest selling luxury cigarette. It's a 32-point lead para sa Alaska Milk. Applaud of a game. Of course, walang umasa na ganito mangyayari dito sa game number 6. But Alaska just outclassed San Miguel here today. And another turnaround in Ronnie Santos.
All those players, their confidence level up. Gary Valenciano.
We will see him for sure in game 7.
Unless may concierto na naman siya.
Ay, yun nga lang. Yun lang makakapigil sa kanya. Ito, Ronnie Santos.
If I see a dunk here.
Nagpakita pa.
Para kay ikaw muna, Vince. Vince says he can't get up, but he can dunk. Obviously.
Dunking donuts lang. I can't dunk the ball anymore. I'll just dunk the donuts in my coffee.
It's a 36-point blowout.
It might be 40 before the game is through.
Here's Gomez. Yes.
That's the guy who cannot dunk. But he can shoot a 3-point shot. That's my man right there.
Well, alam mo si Roel Gomez, is the only one of batch 1991 remaining in the Milkmen na nakuha nila sa draft. Nawala na yung si Nap Hato, Nandi Garcia, Peter Aguilar, Alex Araneta, and of course Eugene Gilvan. It's only Gomez, 8 years in the PBA, and he's certainly earned his spurs here as we come down to the last 43 seconds of game number 6.
Kanina nakakita ko na sa Minisfield ng babahan ng beer. You know, obviously, bumahama, hindi dahil nagse-celebrate sila. No? They're crowning their woes. But, like I said, baliwala. You can lose by 1, you can lose by 40. It doesn't mean a thing. It's W that counts.
40 na, Doc.
Correct.
Yun ang sinasabi mo kanina.
And Alaska may get over the 100 mark because San Miguel is no longer playing defense.
Neither team has gone over the 100 mark in this series. There's Naron inside. Wala pa rin. Let's see. Nakuha pa rin si Naron.
Isa pa nga.
Hindi pa talaga makakuha ng foul pa eh. Finally, 8.8 seconds remaining.
You gotta shoot this if you want to go over the 100 mark. No, he's not.
Mukhang pipigilin na dun sa 99. 99-61.
99.
Nice number, nice round number ba? Tumira pa. At dyan pa nagwawakas itong game number 6. Fredoy Tengsu is all smiles. And why not? They extend this another day. Ron Jacobs will meet Tim Cohn once again in game number 7. And that should be one hell of a ball game. And obviously, Coach Tim Cohn keeping his chances alive for an 8th title dito po sa Philippine Basketball Association. Yan ang ating final score as Alaska ties the series 3-3, 99-61.